with everything going on in Israel and Palestine, we know that the Jewish people are God's people. And so as followers of Jesus, what should our response be? Are we supposed to like automatically side with Israel?
I think that that's a good question and a little bit complex question.
Yeah.
So give me some grace on a simple answer, okay? Can I have grace on that?
Absolutely.
But I would say the answer is we are for Israel being Israel and having the land of Israel because God gave that to them. And God proclaimed and Jesus proclaimed that in the last days it would be their land. By the way, in the millennial kingdom, it will be their land. But we also know this, that just because Israel belongs to Israel, violence and cruelty is never okay.
Yeah.
And subjugating people is not okay. Enslaving people is not okay. Abusing people is not okay. Yeah. And so I feel like what we as Christians need to do is we need to stand up for anybody that in this moment who is suffering and in pain. So my heart breaks for what Hamas did. Matter of fact, I know everybody has different feelings. When I've been watching the news these 3 days, and I hear the story of a mom who's talking to her 12-year-old son who's in Israel, who's Jewish. And he said, "Mom, I'm scared because they're coming. And she told him, hide. And on the phone, she can hear Arabic voices and hear him scream. And as he's taken hostage, and he's one of the 150 hostages, you know, as Christians, our hearts ought to break.
Yep.
And we ought to get on our knees and pray for him and pray for everybody else. And we ought to care about that. But then when I turn around and also see missiles raining in on the Gaza Strip, and I watch a father digging through the rubble to find his baby girl,
Yep.
I hope our heart breaks. And I hope we don't think anybody ever ought to be treated that way. And when I see, complete housing developments destroyed on both sides,
Yep.
So what you need to know is this, is Crossroads is a church that doesn't want to sit back and do nothing. So right now, we are in the midst of communicating with the church in Ramallah, and they told us, hey, we're going to go into hiding pretty soon, and then after we come out of hiding, we're going to give out food to the Islamic people in this area to let them know that Christians care. And Lisa Mitchison, the Herald Global Outreach, said, all right, we're going to start supplying food so that can happen. So we're not sitting back and doing nothing. People will get food and people will get care, and we're going to make sure that happens. And then I have a friend who's a pastor of a Christian church in Israel. He's a Jewish man who became a Christian. He's a Messianic Jew. We're also going to back them. And I want to say this, I don't think that's wishy-washy. You know what that is? Is because we only have one king we serve, that's Jesus, and we'll do what Jesus wants.
Yep.
And we're going to love everybody in the midst of this. So,
That's awesome.
so I think that's what I think I'd say on that.